Baker, Crossrunners Bison, and welcome back to our channel. We're hanging out here at the Ponderosa. We've got Cora, we've got Jackie, we've got Marissa, Brooks, Lauren, and Cole. Good friends are out here with us. And don't forget Maya. We are just got back from the Cross Timbers Brewery from Oklahoma City. Did that event yesterday, revealing the Big Joe's wheat. And it was awesome. We had a great time and hung out with some cool people and actually had some really good beer. And anyways, here at the Ponderosa, we're gonna do some herd checks. We're gonna bring you with us on this. Today, we're gonna go visit the Big Joe herd is right over here and some new red dogs. And then we're gonna go check on what's been happening lately with Dunbar and Haas. We're gonna catch you up on the brewery side of things and what's going on there, but the most important is what's been happening with Haas and Dunbar and that crew. And we're gonna kind of tell you what's been happening as far as our plans and everything, and why Dunbar is with Haas. And so that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna see if Cora, I'm gonna say hi. Say hey there. Oh, it's her pretty buckskin. She's so pretty. She's getting to where she's being very friendly to us and getting really close, but she loves Brooks most importantly, and she's really good with Brooks. So yeah, so Cora is she's one this month, born last June, and so that means by this time next year, this gal right here will be ready to ride. She'll be rounding up some bison. What do you think? Yeah. So we're gonna hop in with everybody here, and come on, Maya, let's go. Come on, let's go. Come on, Maya. Cora's getting excited too. Maya, come on. Maya, come on. There you go. Get up there. Well, come on. Let's go. There you go. We got it now. All right. Let me get the gate. Somebody may have to.
Keep her away.
Yeah, hold the gate. This horse likes to, she likes the bison. She hears the gate open. She's time to roll out.
They all got a date.
All right, here we go. Cole's gonna get the gate for us. Here, crew's ready. Everybody's going but Cora. Don't want her out in the pasture yet, so. It's hard to drive. Y'all hang with me.
You gonna make it?
Yeah, we'll make it. Cole's the one that's kind of doing the work back there, trying to keep Cora in. Ah, they got her. There we go. So what we're doing is we're pulling in pasture 1. Looks like we've got the chickens are out here. Brooks, you see some of your chickens?
Yes.
Yeah, some of your chickens are out here.
Yeah.
Out here grazing around pasture 1. So right now the Big Joe herd is able to come into.
We got horse.
Yeah, we got Haas, Dunbar. We're gonna go see him here in a second. Well, what about Silky? Let's check on Silky real quick. Look at him. Him and his ladies scratching around, finding worms and stuff. All right. We're gonna cruise down here. Won't take us long. Oh, yeah, by the way, we do have a chick with us as well. Oh, Brooks, looky here. I see a red dog.
Red dog, Brooks.
Here we go. Let's flip this around real quick. Maybe we can do that and show you guys the most important part right here. Looky there. That's the jumper. You guys remember the jumper here. This is a 54 cow, Texas cow. And this is her little heifer. Instant gender reveal right there. You can tell. What?
She new? Is that new cat?
Come on, hon. This was the second one born at the Ponderosa. There's some more, and then there's the man right there, the big guy, Mr. Big Joe. Look at him. Oh, yeah. And you can tell how big this calf is compared to that one. He was born early. I think these guys were born in May. There he is right there. Look at him. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's been playing in the mud. Look at him. What's up, Big Joe? Yep. So Big Joe's face is all over the new wheat beer brewed by Cross Timbers Brewery in Oklahoma City. And so yesterday we went and did the reveal for that. And so just to tell you guys a little bit, I'm going to keep the camera here on this guy. What's going on here? Here come the rest of them. It's a little safer on this side of the fence, easier to talk to you. But what we did with the brewery is the Cross Timbers Brewery guys out of Oklahoma City, Matt and Britton, those guys have been, I don't know how long they've been operating and brewing beer. I think actually since 2010 they've been brewing beer, but they've had their facility for I don't know how, so about 3 years, kind of what I was guessing. They've had a facility in Oklahoma City since 2019, and they approached us several months ago and asked if we could do a collaboration together. And basically we could, they wanted to brew a beer for Big Joe. And because we both celebrate, lots of good sounds. Because we both appreciate the Cross Timbers region of Oklahoma, we both wanted to kind of work together on that and come up with a cool beer. And they liked Big Joe, so they decided to make a American wheat beer, something light, not too heavy, good beer. And so that's what we did yesterday. We celebrated the reveal of the Big Joe's wheat. And I know I've had a lot of questions about where can you get it at. You can't really ship those type of beverages, and so right now we'll get a list of places that the distribution company will send it to. Obviously there will be places in Oklahoma. I don't know anywhere else it'll be able to go to, but we'll put out a list of available stores where you can purchase a Big Joe's wheat. So we're excited to see the future of where that can go, and maybe we'll see some more of that in the future. But it's just a fun collaboration with some good old small town Oklahoma guys that are just, they started the business on their own, first time brew guys, and kind of like us, we started from scratch, and kind of had the same idea as far as supporting something in Oklahoma, and we both support the Cross Timbers Bison region, the Cross Timbers region, Echo region, and yeah, and Bison and beer, and we made it work. It was an awesome deal. Looky here. There we go. Oh, I love seeing the red dogs. They're so curious. My mama's not going to let baby come up here. There's Peaches. So Peaches is one of the originals from Mom and Kevin's, one of the first 5 that we ever had right here. So pretty soon what's about to happen is we will be having, it should be breeding season is around the corner. So as soon as these mamas start having babies, in May, most of ours have been born in May, they basically have to turn around and they come in heat, and hopefully the big guy here will do his job like he's been doing in the past. He's been a good boy, and he's been covering females. So what we've done with him is we've got, let me think, we have 15, I believe, breedable females with Big Joe, the Big Joe herd. And so we feel comfortable with how Big Joe, the way he's been performing in the past couple of years, we felt comfortable by just keeping the 1-to-15 ratio. Now, some bison producers can do up to 25 with one bull. Some bison producers, I've even heard, can do 1-to-40. Now, that's a little excessive for us. We're not there quite yet. So we feel comfortable with putting Big Joe with 15 females. And so it'll be a good test for him. He's got a lot of work to do. Mama here is chatty today. Yeah. She doesn't want her baby to get too far from her. She's chatting with her. And then, so that's kind of why we did the Dunbar and Haas thing. Haas had been with those 27 yearlings, or now 2-year-old females. You got 10 from South Dakota, and then you have 10 from Canada in that group. They're in the far back pasture. And if you've watched our previous videos, you've seen the struggles of getting Dunbar to that pasture with Haas and them acclimating together. Well, so Haas had already spent time with them and basically grew up with 10 of them. And so the South Dakota ones, and because that's where he's from also. And so because he had already been in that family, we couldn't put Big Joe and Dunbar together, of course, because putting 2 mature bulls that didn't grow up together in the same pen wasn't going to work. And so it was an easy decision to put Dunbar in that herd because we wanted Dunbar to come over here and be a part of this. It was an easy decision to put Dunbar with Haas for the numbers reason. So there's 26, I think, breedable females in there, and so you've got 2 bulls. And we didn't really want to risk it with 1 bull, and because we had 3 bulls, this is the way we could do it. So that is why Dunbar is with Haas. And we're gonna go see them in just a little bit. We just wanted to stop and see the munchkins. And just saw a quick comment here by Luke. Have you considered putting Eleanor in with Dunbar? That way he'll have a female he's familiar with. Yeah, so we have considered doing that. Eleanor is still at Mom and Kevin's. She's doing great. And the reason Eleanor is still there is we honestly, there's no concern right now. She's healthy, she's happy, she's living her best life. We haven't had the opportunity to bring her over because we've basically been busy with Dunbar and getting all that situated. And we're gonna bring Eleanor over very shortly, and we haven't decided what group that she's gonna join. She could easily join this herd and be completely fine. She could join the Dunbar herd and be fine. The thing about this group is she knows some of them. She grew up with some of them, and she's lived with them for a long time. Like one right here is a Quapaw, or Peaches. And if we took her to the Dunbar herd with Haas and those 26 females, they're all 2-year-olds. They're all young. She wouldn't know them very well. So we could put her with Dunbar to make him feel happy, but actually we're gonna go see him in just a little bit, and I haven't got to catch you up on him, but he's been doing really well, and he's completely fine now, and he's acclimated to his new family, and he's doing good so far. Some of them are actually, I think, coming in heat, and so I think he's already been on duty chasing females around. So, but I just love seeing the big guy right here. Yep. All right. There's all the mamas and babies. Okay, we're flip this around real quick. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna slowly. The ATV is a little out, but we're gonna slowly drive back to the Dunbar herd, and if hopefully we don't lose service, because it is kind of in the back a little bit and it's down in the woods. So we're gonna drive back there and show you those 2 guys and those females. And so be patient with us here. We're gonna Let you see Mr. Big Joe. All right, buddy. We'll see you later, okay?
You got a little super chat from Brian Beck, supporter.
Okay.
There's no comment. He just gave a little donation.
Sweet. From Brian?
Yeah, and then
Thanks,
you've got
Brian.
a couple other members in here supporting the herd.
Let's see here. Thanks,
Let's see,
Brian.
it's Rock and Roll from South Carolina for being a member, and then you've also got Miss Atkins being a member. Carla Atkins from New Mexico.
Sweet. Thank you guys for being on here. Sorry, I get busy whenever I come down here and start showing the animals. I kind of put my focus on them, make sure we're in a safe place, and I want you guys to be able to see them, so things go pretty quick when we start these. So sorry if I don't comment back on these quickly, but we do go back and read them for you. So we do appreciate our members group on YouTube, and we definitely appreciate the super chats. Just thank all of our followers for being on here and commenting. We love it. We love the comments, and wanted to catch you guys up on everything and see how there's been some monumental things happen here recently, and so we wanted to keep you updated on it. All right, big guy. All right,
Maya.
Oh, watch out, Maya. Oh, jumping all over people.
Here, Maya. Come on.
yeah, just hop out.
Oh, it's okay, Brooks. Hey, just push her. Say no, Maya.
Maya, get down.
Come on, come on, Maya. Come on, let's go. Maya, right here. Come on, girl. Come on. Hey, jump up here. Come on. Come on. Maya, come on. All right. Watch her.
Follow Maya. Okay, girl.
Here we go.
Maya, back.
Look at all of them.
Here's a good save.
Probably gonna follow us some.
Listen, make sure your chick's going on.
Ponds are full.
Right now they are. There we go. There's some mamas that hadn't had babies yet. The 32. Oh yeah, she's the boss of this group. We're gonna go ahead and go through this gate before they try to be sneaky on us. And I'll keep them back here. Cole's gonna open up the gate for us so we can slide by before they always try to come up here.
Do you want to close that gate, huh?
Yeah, what gate?
Oh, I thought you were wanting to close
No,
it.
we're okay. I just make sure he closes that one, and then we'll be okay. No, you're good. It's okay. They can roam back and forth. So we're letting the Big Joe herd roam in pasture 1 right here and pasture 2. We're gonna eventually go over and show you an aerial view. I know I talk about these pastures all the time, and I've talked about pastures 1, 2, 3 right here. We're gonna show you the back half because we haven't been able to put bison back there, but now they're there. So we're gonna eventually go over that stuff with you. This pasture here is 3-4. We call it 3-4 because there's a road that kind of splits it. But Maya didn't hop in, getting your workout in. But this pasture's had some recovery time. It looks good. We're gonna rotate one of the herds in here eventually, soon. Oh, what's that? Here's an old, this has been here for a long time. We're gonna try to repurpose this. This is it's an old hay ring. Pulled it out of the pasture and I put it up here so I could swoop by and get it sometime with the skid steer. But we're gonna try to make we're gonna put some bars in it maybe and make this an elevated hay feeder, hay holder. So we can put a round bell in it and where it's elevated instead of sitting on the ground. So we can save some hay. Come on, Maya.
Come on, Maya.
So this is just a 40-acre pasture is what we're driving through now. Coming through here. You can leave this one open for now, Cole.
Okay.
It's fine, because there's no bison in here. Yeah. So we can open this gate. This is what we call our 9 acres. You can see it's a beautiful gate here. Yeah, beautiful gate. It's seen better days, but it works. It still keeps them in somehow.
You don't have to shut it, Cole.
Yeah, you're good. You can leave it open. Okay, we're making our way back here. Let's see. Trying to go back and find some stuff.
Ray G.
Is it Ray again? Is that who it was? Yeah. Oh, there she is. I see her now. This pond is the pond we cleaned out last summer, and it looks awesome. It's full right now. This pond last year went almost completely dry, which is why we were able to get it cleaned out. And but it looks awesome. We had the pond dam cleaned off. We had the dirt spread out everywhere. Patched the dam on the back side. We took off some trees that were causing some leaks, and it looks awesome now. So this is our 9-acre patch. This is what we call our halfway acres. And this is where the burn unit basically starts, is right here. We're gonna open this gate. We have to shut this one because the bison can get out of here. But I wanna thank Ray. I always forget how to say your name.
I think it's maybe Raya. She's been one
Yeah,
of the supporters.
Raya is always on here supporting super chats. We always thank you for that. It's awesome. Just very grateful for things like that. So thank you, Ray. And you may have to always have to correct me how to say your name, but we do recognize who you are, so we thank you for that. Did you really?
I just got stung. Woo!
Oh, they're in that.
I think they're in that gate.
Oh,
got
I
stung
see 'em.
twice.
Marissa got stung this week. Ooh, where'd it get you?
Just right on the. Oh, yeah, I'm
Are you
good.
allergic?
No, I'm good. Fire ants.
Well, Marissa got stung the other day, and
Hot fire. It's a red one.
Marissa got stung on the back of her thigh or her hamstring the other day. It's like somebody got her.
Yeah, 2 of them.
It's like somebody electrocuted her.
Yeah, like cattle prod.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it just scares you. It's like out of
Little
nowhere.
creek
It's like,
crossing
damn.
here. Some little fishies. There it is. Oh, there's a bunch of little.
Minnows.
Yeah,
There's
some.
bluegill, or,
Yeah, it's like a little sunfish or something in here. I don't know if you guys can see them, but this is one of our favorite little spots here. Brooks likes to come down, not in this particular place, but there is a place over here where there's a rock slab, and it's a good little place, so we like to take Brooks. She can play in the water. So we are now in the burn unit, and what you see here is a lot of this brown. So this I can't exactly identify this plant, but you can see a lot of this brown is dead. And then you see some green. There's some thistles. We do not like those. Bless you. So you see a lot of thistles. We don't want those, but this is where the burn unit, big portion of it is right here until the bison been laying down. But a lot of this is the part of those spring grasses. The bison didn't eat that. They're very particular. It's all dying. All the spring stuff is dying because basically now is it's getting hot. So I think it was what, 90, 93 or 94 today. I will, babe. And let's see.
Your camera's fine. I think it's just the service is getting in and out.
Sketchy a little bit.
So you're good. You're back though.
Yeah, some people are asking. Cole went and opened up one of our old gates, and it has exposed pipe in it. It's just an old school gate that existed here, and there's apparently some red wasp in it, and he shook them up, and they got him. So,
Kung Pao!
yeah, that's right. That's what I say. Kung Pao. So all the spring stuff is dying, and then gives room for the native to come through. That's what happens. So we're going to locate the Dunbar herd / Hoss herd. We've got to give a little bit more credit to Dunbar. He's the oldest guy of this group. We're getting a little taller point of hill. You guys just have to keep your eyes out for them. You never know. They're probably up in the shade right now.
Going across the old rail line. Oh, that pond is dry.
The dried up pond. Not really a pond, I don't really what you call it. I've never seen it hardly hold water, but these power lines do run through the property, through this 80 acres of this burn unit. And oh, I see some. There they are. They're over there. Perfect. All right. So we're here on the 80 acres. I want to talk to you really quick about this part of the property. So this is a perfect square or perfect rectangle, really, of 80 acres here. But there's an old existing cinder block barn here that has been on this property for a long time. This is an old railroad line. Basically, it was here, I think, in the 50s or something. It ran from Sulphur to Davis. I don't know the name of it, but you can see it on some of the old maps. And then what they did is they tore the railroad up. I'm not sure how long it was in operation. And then they came back through, I'm not sure when, and put these power lines through here. So I think there's only 4 or 5 of actually these poles on that run through this 80 acres on our property. But it's really cool because you could see the way they built the railroad, and it kind of set down in between those 2 hills there. But the herd is over there, and so we're gonna go track them down. Let's see. Lots of Marissa. What are these flowers called?
The yellow ones are the Rebecca,
Rebecca.
and then the purple ones are
Somebody can identify it for us.
Lost it.
Yeah, these yellow ones are really pretty though.
What is it?
All right, got a low limb here, so you guys duck. We're gonna drive under this pecan tree here.
Big trees.
All right, we got through these thistles. Man, they're tall. We do not like those. That's one thing that can go. There's a bunch of them down here. So what the fire does, so things like this,
Oh, lemon balm.
these pastures is
These tall ones are the American basket flower. But the little short ones are the,
is a fire.
what do you call it?
All these little seeds of all these plants have been sitting, banked up in the ground, in the soil for a long time. And then all of a sudden, when you put something like fire on them, all it does is just kind of ignite everything that's going on at the surface. And that top soil layer kind of sparks everything up, and a catalyst essentially, and then it brings everything up. So you have a whole bunch of these fires right here. And then you get all kinds of plants, which is the great thing about fire. But then your spring stuff dies, like you can see it all here, and the native will start coming through. There's tons of these flowers in here. We're gonna make our way around here. We're getting to them, we see them. Here we go.
Big hill. Oh, there they are.
You can barely see them. They got their heads sticking up above that grass. All right, let's see who we have here. I see Hoss. There's Hoss. He's laying down right here. He says, I'm not getting up. It's too hot. We got a couple of them out here.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 right now.
Oh, here come. Oh, they're coming. They found us.
Oh, they found us. Watch out, Maya.
They found us. They hear the ATV and they come running typically. We're gonna park in the shade. That way, we're gonna park in the shade because, oh, here they come. There's Dunbar. I see him. He's coming in the back here. Watch your backside, y'all. I was gonna try to get.
Brooks is on flag duty.
Brooks is on flag duty. Okay. Well, we carry this little flag with us to pop him on the nose a little bit to back him up. There's Hoss. Oh yeah. Look at him. Yes.
Shoe, Bison.
Shoe, Bison. All right, who do we have here? So, so far we haven't, it's hard to see all the activity when you're not around all the time, but we try to check this herd at least, getting a good scratch right there. We try to check this herd at least once a day. We try to check all of our bison at least once a day. But it's hard to, we just don't spend a lot of time when we come here. We check them, we count them, we make sure everything's good, and then we leave. And so it's hard to see any action between the relationship between Hoss and Dunbar. And Dunbar, he's making his way up here. Look at him, there he is. So it's hard to see the activity. People ask if they've been fighting and stuff, and I'm sure there's been some scuffles between the two. But you know, they're both here and they've got a lot of females to, I guess, essentially fight over, argue over, whatever you want to call it. And so everything's been so far so good. But one of the reasons that another benefit, you know, some people were maybe thought Dunbar was getting the shaft, but what we're getting another good scratching right here. What something I want to make a point of is we went out and what we wanted to do is grow. And so the important thing about when you start raising bison from the ground up is you start with good animals. And so it was important for us to start off with really good animals, and that's what we did. We wanted to have a good foundation herd, or essentially a conservation herd. So none of these animals here will be consumed, slaughtered, processed, whatever you want to call it. None of these animals will be in that program. These animals will be here for as long as we can have them. And still getting scratches by 105 here. But we went out. I've got animals from South Dakota, from Antelope Creek Bison, from Scott Osmond and his family, the ones with the white tags right here, double white tags right there. And then we also did a little deal with Gerald Parsons, my bison vet, who I always talk about, out of Stratford, Oklahoma. And he got us hooked up with some awesome animals from Canada, which are the yellow tags. They actually have 3 tags in them. They've got 1 for the United States and 2 for Canada, which are the yellow ones. So they have an identification number that represents the United States because they did have to cross the border, and there's a lot of paperwork and work that goes into that. And then they have an identification number that represents their Canada ID. And then they have their personal ID number that came from their producer, which was Wolverine Bison out of, I'm not for sure which part of Canada. So my point is, and there's actually some in here that we raised. Like there's some back here. It's an awesome female that we raised. My point is Dunbar is with some awesome females, and Dunbar himself comes from great genetics, and so we're taking good genetics from Canada, good genetics from South Dakota, and good genetics from Oklahoma right here. From Canadian River Bison is where Dunbar came from, which is Doc Parsons. And so a lot of good bloodlines here, and you mix them and be diverse is what we're trying to do, is have some diversity in our stock. And that's what we went out and did. So Dunbar has got some great females, and he just had to reintroduce himself to some new ladies, and they seem to be doing good. I've already noticed that some of them, like I said earlier, may be coming in heat, so he's been chasing some of them around and doing his smells and everything. But I think here in about 2 or 3 weeks, it's going to get hot and heavy. So there may be some competition between Haas and Dunbar. So we'll see how that goes. But yes.
$1,500 was over here eating off the tree. He was over here eating off his bushes.
Was she?
Yeah.
Good. That's what we want. So Bison are kind of
Baby, I got chickens.
we've got a bunch of baby chicks right now, and so we've of course brought one with us on the trip.
Took us on a little adventure, didn't we?
We had to.
And we got this
How many baby chicks do we have?
3.
Well, we've got a bunch. We've got a bunch at the barn, don't we?
And we got Hawk.
Yeah. Where's Haas? He's back there behind you.
Who else you got?
Who is this right here? Who's this guy?
Dunbar.
That's Dunbar.
Dunbar.
You like Dunbar?
I like Big Joe.
You like Big Joe too, right? Yeah, they're both good boys, aren't they?
And they're like Hawks.
Yeah.
Haas is just kind of a knucklehead, isn't he?
And
He's being better though. He's being good. Maybe Dunbar set him in his place.
Who else do we have?
Dunbar. Strawberry baby.
The baby bisons.
We're gonna name the baby.
Sorry, going back and looking here. Bird Lady says, how do they fare in the upcoming hot weather? Last year was a really good test for us, especially these ones from Canada. I kind of was a little concerned about the heat, but you know, these animals are so resilient. They're so tough. These animals have been roaming from Mexico to essentially Alaska and Canada for hundreds of years. So you talk about some extreme changes in weather, and the fact that these animals can adapt to just about anywhere along the Great Plains. So there are bison that still live in Mexico, and there's lots of bison that live all the way up in Canada and into Alaska. So my point is these guys can survive a lot of those type of conditions. And last year, with the drought hitting us and the hot temperatures and stuff, I was a little worried about them losing some weight, but I thought we did a good job of doing our best to keep them rotated on what grass we had. We had to start feeding hay. We had to really pump out the cubes to keep them supplemented and healthy, and because we really had to get these females ready so that they could be in a healthy state whenever it came to breeding season, which is this year. Because now that they're all 2 years old, these South Dakota ones and Canada ones, they're able to breed. So that's we had to really put some effort into making sure that these guys were healthy last year during the drought. So they have not melted is the answer to that. Do the bison act different during rutting season? Meaning, do the males overprotective of the females? Yes. Yeah. So I just missed that right there. So, yeah, definitely during breeding season. I just saw some little shove here by Dunbar. He's definitely gonna fight for whatever females that he wants to breed. And he is the most dominant in this group, but there's 26 females in here. So he may be able to cover quite a few of them, and then whatever he doesn't cover, that's where Haas comes into play. And I'm sure they'll sort all that out. But Dunbar's had a lot of experience, and last year he was 8 for 8. Yeah, last year Dunbar was 8 for 8. Right? No, that was part of the Big Joe's group. I guess Big Joe was 6 for 6, and Dunbar was only, yeah, something like that. I don't know. Oh, yeah, yeah, something like that. But he's been very accurate. Dunbar and Big Joe have been very accurate. So. Is my camera in focus?
It's just the service back here.
Oh, it's the service, yeah.
Yeah.
If the camera seems like it's out of focus, it's because we are back here and the woods are right here, so we're back in here just a little bit. So sorry if it's not great service. What, babe?
I got Maya.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Maya hid in the ATV with us. People were wondering where Maya went, and she's just right in here with us.
And she jumped and my baby chicks. Daddy.
What, babe?
I had bison hair.
You got bison hair.
Dad,
Yes, babe.
I got bison hair.
Oh, show it to me. Show me what you got here. Oh, is it soft? Yeah.
Super soft.
Yeah. They're shedding because it gets hot and they shed it so they can stay cool in the summer. Yep, they're all trying to lose hair right now. Some of them have slicked off and some of them haven't yet. Like, just want to pull that right there. She's just got it hanging on her. She's one of my favorite heifers. It's
Daddy,
1507 from South Dakota. Yes.
it's on Maya.
Oh,
Maya's
put it
got
on.
a coat now.
Maya's got a coat.
Maya, that's funny.
That's funny.
That's funny, Maya.
You
Silly
silly.
Maya.
Silly, Maya.
Maya's staying in the ATV, isn't she?
And
Yeah, she knows this is a safe spot. There's one that hasn't molted all yet. But we finally started hitting the 90-degree temperature, so we'll start shedding it off here pretty soon. Yeah, they all went back to laying down. Yes, babe.
oh my God, Maya's hair.
Oh, careful, Bruce. There you go. Let's put this up here, okay?
Waukesha Craft asked, do the bison breed all year round? They do not. They only typically breed in July and August. Typically here is when they do that. So those are only 2 months. They're kind of like deer in that situation. Deer and all the wild animals, they have their own clock and their own system of breeding, and they do it the same every year. Cattle and sheep and goats, those domesticated type of animals, you can manipulate their breeding times and stuff like that according to however the producer wants to do it. So we keep our bulls in with the females year round. Some guys don't do that. Some guys keep the bulls separated and then they let them in right before breeding season starts. And then after breeding season, they'll pull them out. So some of them do that, but we don't do that. We don't have enough land essentially to do that. So far our system has been working pretty good to have Dunbar and Big Joe doing their thing with their own herds. So, but it's we're excited to have Dunbar over here, and he's got a lot more ground to graze, and that was one of the benefits of bringing him over here. Plus, this is kind of their area for our breeding stock, and so what we're doing, a lot of people have asked about the original place where actually Dunbar, Peaches, Eleanor, and Bellstar came from. So we still do have bison over there, and we have basically made the Ponderosa sort of our breeding place, just because we have more pasture ground for them to roam on, which is where they need to be. And then We may be doing some stuff at Mom and Kevin's at the OG with bringing maybe our weaning calves over there. And it's maybe a really good place for Kevin to help us take care of the calves, and we can wean them over there because there's room to do that for calves. And so Kevin helps us on a daily basis. Him and Mom live right next to the bison, and they're able to tend to them. And so Kevin has always helped us and been a part of raising the bison. He already had experience working in an actual zoo with hands-on with exotic animals and bison and rhinos and African deer and all kinds of animals, giraffes. So his experience just kind of naturally flowed into what we were doing and when we started raising bison in 2018.
I'm getting my hair styled over here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Does it look pretty like that, Brooks?
So yes, the Mom and Kevin's is not neglected place, is still a bison operating property at the time. And then we also keep some of our processing bulls over there as well. So this was just going to be a lot easier to have all of our main breeding stock in one place. And so that was kind of mine and Marissa's goal, was to get all the animals over here, and it would be a little bit easier to operate from. So Mom and Kevin are still a part of the system, and we still have animals over there, just to clear that up for you guys. Maya, what do you think? Maya stays in here because the bison don't like her very much.
I wonder why.
Yeah, so naturally bison do not like dogs. It's basically like a coyote or a wolf, essentially. You gotta defend off or a raccoon in that case, yep. You gotta keep the raccoons away.
I'm not a raccoon.
Cole's a raccoon.
You're making me look like a raccoon, maybe.
Yep, so, and a lot of people have asked why I don't use Maya to work the bison. It's hard to work bison with dogs. There's only a handful of people that I know that actually use dogs to work bison. Gerald Parsons is one of them, but he has many Aussies, and they're tiny, but they're quick and they can get away from bison. And so I've seen him use his dogs, but I honestly didn't. I wasn't very experienced at training Maya how to work bison. I've tried to work with her a little bit. Basically, when she turned about 3 or 4, the light clicked on for her and she wanted to work bison. So I honestly don't know how to train them that well to work them, and we make it work, because what I've learned is with the dogs, they would rather run the dogs off than actually be pushed by them. So it can honestly put you in a bad spot, because they just naturally, these bison just want to run her away because she's like a wolf or a coyote or something that's a predator that's coming to attack them. So their natural instinct is to run them away. What'd she say?
It's probably a raccoon.
Probably a raccoon.
Oh. You making Cole a raccoon?
He's a pretty raccoon.
I'm a pretty raccoon.
You're silly.
Perfect. Put my hat on now.
You guys having fun.
Some of these have been interestingly feeding off the top branches of some of these.
I don't know what plant that is.
I got Cole's hat.
Do you? So, oh, thank you. There's a good comment right there. Black Diamond has to do horses work bison. So that's a good question. We're trying, that's part of having Cora, is we're going to try to convert to, since we're able to come back here with these animals and round them up, could be interesting. We could use the ATV, but I had a friend one time who raises horses and rides horses, sells them.
I ride horses.
Yes.
I will.
You gonna ride Cora?
I can ride bison.
Yes.
I don't think we're gonna ride the bison. They're all out here chilling right now. But he made a comment. He said, when you're working bison or you're working cattle, not bison. He doesn't have bison, but when you're working cattle, on those horses, you can feel how hard you're working those cattle by how hard your horse is breathing. And he said when you're on an ATV, you just have the engine running, you're pushing the accelerator. You don't know how hard your ATV's working, you know, compared to how hard your cattle are, you know, how hard you're pushing them. I thought that was a really good point. So Core won't be able to ride until next year, but we may get a couple. Marissa can ride horses around, and yeah, we would like to come out here and actually we can do some pasture rotations with them, and basically it'd be a stress-free environment. They can get definitely able to push them. I've seen people use horses, so maybe saying all that and it may not work, but we can use the ATV definitely if they'll follow us at cubes. But horses are just so nimble, and you can get to where you need to be in a fast way. We're kind of excited to see how the horse thing goes, but what do you think?
Hey, Dad.
Yes, baby.
I'm hungry.
You're hungry.
You gotta go.
I think you're always hungry.
I'm hungry.
Something to eat.
You gotta come back.
If the reception is bad, we can try to move for you, but
Might want to go further that way.
we're a little bit. Where's your pet? Oh, Lauren's got it. Come behind me, Marissa. It's good to see Dunbar. See, they're already going to follow us because they're wanting cubes, but we're not doing cubes today. It's a little difficult.
They're coming.
We're going to try to get away from them a little bit. Of course, they're going to follow us. Hold on.
Hold on, everybody.
We got one. 1507, it's always her. She stopped. She said the heck with it.
Oh, they're coming.
Yeah, that's quit. Okay.
We're still going.
Okay, good. Sweet. We're, I guess we can go back to,
Show them the creek even.
Yeah.
Or the old barn if you haven't. Depending on.
yeah, I haven't done the old barn. I'm gonna go check out this barn real quick. It's actually a really nice pole barn, wood. I think it's a 30 by 40. There's a little portion of the creek that's pretty back here. It's got a little rock base. I don't know if you guys can see it down there. Don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened.
I know what happened. It's a sticker.
Still a lot of work to do. You can see some cross fence here that's covered and lots of brush. The fire, we didn't have it, the fire go through there because we had to have a fire break, but we still have a lot of fence to do. So here's an old cattle corral, I guess. Still in good shape. Some of it. Some of it. There is some old pipe corral panels like right here, and then welded together. Still in good shape. But then there's barbed wire fence that is not in good shape, so it will need to be replaced if we use it. But here's an old barn. We really haven't shown you much of it. It's pretty neat. Looks like something's drug this out. We really haven't used it at all. Probably a bird in here or something, but it's a good barn. It's in great shape. There's a boat. Yep. There is a boat in here. Nice wooden boat. Kind of different, but. Another one of our favorite places is up there on the hill. That's the hay meadow. So we plan on getting our hay cut. Let me think. After July 4th. Typically when everything's dried out, and we've kind of been in a little bit of rain here and there, but it's pretty dry typically the month of July, so we're gonna get hay cut off that. And last year I think we got 27 bales of hay. I got caught up in this wrap. I hear the chick.
Just took a nap. Hey, let's sit down, Brooks. Take a seat, take a seat, take a seat, take a seat.
And just to reiterate, guys, we're on the back side of the property. We knew this was probably going to happen, but some of you are asking us to focus the camera, but we can't do that. It's basically just a service. So if you don't have good service, it's not our phone in focus. It's just a service. We're gonna drive back to the Big Joe herd. So currently, right now, we have 6 red dogs. Is what we have right now. So we could potentially have, I think, 14 or 15 babies, and some of them still haven't had babies yet, so some of them are going to be some late bloomers. Yes.
More than one.
Oh yeah, Maya. Somebody said that. Yeah.
Run, Maya,
One sent
run.
Dreamer says, "Run, Maya. Come on, Maya. Come up here. You're wet. You want to come up here, so you don't have to run? Come on. I'll get you." There we go. Okay. Going for a ride.
Hold on tight.
Go faster, Dad.
Go faster. I'm trying. That's as fast as we can go.
Gotta be safe.
Go faster, Dad. Dad.
We're gonna go see Big Joe again. You wanna go see Big Joe?
Big Joe, Big Joe, Big Joe, Big Joe.
Yeah.
Chirp, chirp, chickie. Oh, look, it's your creek crossing. All the fishies.
Lots of little fishies.
Oh, there's some sculpin in there.
Some what?
Sculpin.
What's that?
They're like little bottom feeder fish.
Oh, yeah.
Like those tank type sucker
Yeah.
fish.
All right, Cole. You gotta be careful. This
Yeah.
is where Cole got stung here a while ago by some
I
red
don't know
wasps.
if the swatter's gonna go.
Yeah. I think they're in that. Shake it loose and they may come out. I don't know. Maybe don't shake it loose.
Don't shake. No, don't. You don't want to shake it loose.
Oh, yeah, they're coming out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, oh gosh.
Oh gosh.
Okay, we're gonna drive through them. Okay. Well, we're gonna drive around them. I don't know.
I'll be up.
Do you want to go around?
No, we can't. This is the way we have to go.
I'll run and catch up to y'all.
All right, we're through. No red wasp stings. Thumbs up. Say, look out, Cole.
Look at how cool.
They get you? Oh my god.
Cole's trying to avoid the red wasp. I don't have any spray with me. I have it in my truck. May let them settle down, I guess. I don't know. Be careful. I got it. All right. We got it. Brooks thinks it's funny.
Yeah, I'm sure you do, Brooks. You goofy.
So this pasture is doing really well. It's had a lot of recovery time. So this is our a transition pasture, but you can see a lot of the blue stem is coming up. You can see patches of it here. This pasture has a lot of native grass in it. But we didn't burn this last year. This has basically just been grazed and it has a lot of native. Yes, babe. Drive. I'm driving. You just want to drive and go fast.
Brooks is the boss, so we'll drive.
Yeah, here's a lot of blue stem. That's what we want for the bison, is that right there. Lots of blue stem. What, babe?
Daredevil over here. Wants
Yeah,
to go
she is
fast,
a
go faster.
little daredevil. Okay, babe.
Jump and grab this now?
Yeah, we have to shut this one. I'd shut it just in case.
Yeah. That'll just in case gate.
The old just in case. Yeah. So this creek was running into the pond we cleaned out, but you can see it's already dry. It used to run all the way back to the pond, but it is already dry. Yes, Truthful says it's good to have good friends that help and enjoy your company. Yes, absolutely, the bison. So what's the crazy thing about the bison thing is creates such a good community. Not only locally here, it's just good people, friends, all want to be a part of the bison. It's fun. We enjoy that. Oh, we could show them some blackberries. The blackberries may be getting close to being harvested. We do have wild blackberries out here. They're not my favorite thing. I do like to eat them, but they are very invasive and they take over the pasture real quick. They were already existing when we got this property, and so we are fighting them to this day. It's a constant battle, and you have mounds of them like this that take up acres of forage for the bison. Let me see. Oh, I see a couple of red ones. Other bad part about these berries is they have lots of chiggers. And right there, you can see a couple. They also attract birds and other critters, which attracts snakes. So you typically find snakes around them. And not our favorite. How are we losing service here?
Random spot. Oh, it's like in and out, back in.
Yeah, we'll get there. Come on, Maya. We'll go over here and find the herd. They're moving right now. Maya, you better hop in. Here comes the crew. All right, you got a gap, Cole, if you want to.
Yeah.
Or Marissa. Go ahead, Marissa.
Hey, Brooks, just hop up here, okay? Hold on tight.
Gate, Marissa, you better hurry. There comes
Gate
Big
queen.
Joe. Here comes Big Joe.
Big Joe.
You got it, hun. I'll back up so I can get a little closer to you. Oh, and looky here, we have a little special guest here with us. I'm backing up so Marissa's in a safe spot. Hey, you know who this is right here coming?
Who's that?
You know who that is? Who is that? That's Nora. Hey, Nora.
Nora?
Yeah, if you guys don't know who that is, let's get out of Big Joe. Whoa, I gotta go forward, not backwards. Let's get out of Big Joe's way here.
Go, Big Joe.
They're rotating pastures on their own right now. I was gonna show you guys who this was, who this is. So right here's, this is Eleanor's little heifer. So she's only ever had 2 calves. Her bull is at Mom and Kevin's. He's sold for a breeding bull to some people from Indiana. They should hopefully come get him sometime this summer. But this is Eleanor's second calf and had another Eleanor. We have a mini Eleanor right here, and we named her Nora. She's a sweet little thing. Same demeanor, same look, just another little Eleanor. So another character of the Cross Timbers Bison herd. But we actually, some of these calves, they got out about a month ago because we had we just had some shenanigans happen. But they're fine. They're out here living. Look at them just running. They're just happy. Oh yeah, they're just out here together. It doesn't hurt to have the calves out here grazing and roaming. So let's go chase them. Maya, come on, Maya. We're almost to the barn, huh? In the dirt.
She put some mud down on your seat and you sat on it. So
Oh!
we got it good.
You got me. You're silly. Oh, they're coming back. They think, oh, he's got cubes. I think we're out of cubes actually right now. Oh yeah, look at them running. Oh yeah, they're super excited. They're like, cubes, please.
Cubes, cubes, cubes.
But we like to get out of the pasture before they swarm us.
You got a verse 31.
Yeah, I can.
Because they will swarm you. We're going to pull back up here and see your horsey, Cora. Yeah, pull it to it. What the heck? Well, I don't know, babe. Looky here, looky here. Look who it is. Cora, she's been looking so pretty. Isn't she?
Hey, Cora. Hey, Cora. Hey, girl.
Very friendly. Look who came to see Marissa. She's got some guests coming. 32, 11. 11's due. She's big. And that's Texas cow. There's 11. Getting big. Red dog.
He was trying to eat the flag.
Oh my
Silly
God.
horse.
Here, we'll pull over here in the shade real quick.
Brooks is getting lost.
Yeah. Some of you were making comments about seeing some work inside the barn. Yes, we're still working on it. We've kind of delayed it a little bit because of all the shenanigans we've been going through with Dunbar and moving some bison over here. So it really hasn't been our focus. Went and spoke at an Okie Homestead Expo at, what was that town? Pryor, Oklahoma. Last weekend, did that. We've been busy and taking care of the animals and whatnot. So, but we are making some more updates to it, the Ponderosa barn, and we'll keep you updated with that. And then, let's see here. Let me see, who's that over there? Oh, I know who that is. I'm looking at that mama over there. 6 red dogs so far. 2. So stay tuned for some of those videos will be coming around pretty soon. You'll see some more red dog videos. I'm gonna flip this around, but you'll see more of those videos of those guys. We've been so busy when we got Dunbar over here and we let him go in the trap, and Big Joe came up here. We had all those sort of complications, and then couldn't get Dunbar to go to the hoss herd, but finally, now that he's there, he is definitely calmed down. He's found his place. He's found his new home, and he's happy because he has lots of room to run. And I think it'll be a good place for him. Our next challenge, though, will be when we have to rotate those animals out of that pasture. They're going to come a little bit closer to Big Joe. So we may be considering some hot wire practices. That's going to be another challenge for sure, because I'm not very experienced with hot wire, but Kevin is, because they use hot wire at work all the time and stuff. So and you have to train bison to use hot wire, basically, and for it to be effective. So that's going to be a new challenge that we're going to try to use, is hot wire. And that's basically going to, what that's going to do is give us a chance to still rotate our bison effectively and use our pastures like we want to, but it keeps a gap. She acts like she doesn't eat enough, so she's eating some post oak leaves. Nice, Corey. And what it does is it gives us a chance to still do all that and keep a distance between Big Joe and then Haas and Dunbar as well, that group. So when you rotate your pastures, we have to do that, because some people have asked, why can't the bulls touch nose to nose, like through a fence like this? Corey, you're so silly. Like a simple fence like this. That's a 5-strand barbed wire fence. That's a cross fence. It's not a main fence. It's just a cross fence, cross divider. Why can't you do that? It's because if they touch nose to nose through something like that, they're going to fight, essentially, especially during breeding season. They're two dominant bulls, Dunbar and Big Joe. They can get after it. And what they're going to do is tear your fence down. That's the first thing they're going to do. And then they're going to let these animals in that pasture and those animals in this pasture, and now you've got Dunbar and Big Joe in the same pasture. And here's the ultimate thing when you're dealing with this is, guys, it's just like Yellowstone. It's just like Custer or some of those big ranches or small ranches like us. When you put two mature bulls together during breeding season, things can get pretty tricky and it can be very dangerous. But the ultimate thing that could happen is they could kill each other, or one kill the other. And we don't want that, obviously. We got Dunbar and Big Joe. We can't just go out and buy another bull. You can't, those animals aren't replaceable. Yes, you can go buy another bull, but that's obviously very expensive. So we have to keep those guys separated so they won't hurt each other. I mean, you could get to a point where Dunbar could get hurt bad enough and he breaks a leg or gets injured or gored from Big Joe, or vice versa. I don't know who would win the battle, and I really don't care for that. I don't want that to happen. I don't want to ever see that. We don't want to ever face that. So that's why we can't let those bulls touch nose to nose. And it is when we're trying to grow, we're dealing and facing those challenges. And so that's what we're dealing with, and we're learning. We don't know everything. We for sure don't know everything, but with how our land is and the fencing we have, we're doing the best we can, and Kevin helps us with that as well, as far as the regenerative side of pasture rotation and sort of managing. He kind of gives some input on that too, and that's where the hot wire thing may come in and be pretty effective. So we've got some learning to do, but cannot touch nose to nose, and those are some of the management practices that we have to incorporate into everything to make it go smooth and safe, and that we're doing our best to take care of all these awesome animals. So we keep having these guys. It's a great thing, and so we're very proud of this. This time of the year is when all your hard work pays off, because those red dogs show up. That is like your product. You know, you work so hard to make something and, produce something, like your garden. You put a lot of time into that garden. You want those vegetables to grow, nice to be plump and ready to eat, or whatever it may be, whatever your project is. That is the product right there. And it's not just a product. That is the American bison. We're raising an animal that survived the last ice age and survived the great slaughter and almost went extinct from us. We get to raise that animal right here, and couldn't be more proud of it. I love what we do, and just happy to raise awesome animals like Big Joe right there. So thank you guys for watching us. Thank you for being with us in this. We've had fun with you guys today, and we appreciate all the comments. I appreciate the super chats on here from you guys, the support. It takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of time, money. There's some overhead when you run a ranch, right? But we do it because it's an awesome lifestyle. It's a good place to raise our daughter. It's a good place for our family. And why not do it with these guys right here, right? So thank you guys for watching us. Thank you for being a part of this. You guys stay tuned. We got some fun videos coming up for you. And all the shenanigans that's been going on at the Cross Timbers Bison Ranch, and some exciting stuff too as well. Thank you guys for watching us. We'll see you guys soon.